Hi, my name's Catherine Mahan, and I'm an academic advisor at the University of Notre Dame. I'm going to explain how to understand and explore the university's core curriculum requirements. The core curriculum is a liberal arts curriculum that is required of every undergraduate student at the University of Notre Dame. The core curriculum requires one course in each of 12 categories, as well as 2 semesters of the Moreau program. The categories of the core are organized around distinct ways of knowing, and each way of knowing is a distinct intellectual framework for understanding the world. Students have significant flexibility in when and how they complete the core curriculum. In some cases, a course can count for both a core requirement and a college or school requirement or a major or minor requirement. It is important to note that no AP, IB, SAT2, or other credit by exam can be used to satisfy core requirements. This chart lays out the Notre Dame core curriculum. There are 6 required courses in the general liberal arts, 4 courses that explore the explicitly Catholic dimensions of the liberal arts, 2 courses in writing, and the Moreau program. At first glance, this chart can sometimes seem daunting, but rest assured that the core does not need to be completed in the first year. In fact, only 3 core requirements must be completed in the first year: 1 university seminar, 1 writing and rhetoric class, and the Moreau first-year seminar taken in the fall semester. You can see these at the bottom row of this chart. The university seminar and writing and rhetoric cannot be taken in the same semester. One can be taken in the fall, and the other can be taken in the spring. At this point, you might be wondering how to identify the courses that you can explore for particular core requirements. At Notre Dame, all courses are given an attribute. These attributes are 4-letter codes that indicate which courses satisfy which requirements. Let's take a look at an example. Remember that the core is organized around distinct ways of knowing. You'll see that the ways of knowing language is reflected in the attribute code. So let's say you're wondering which courses satisfy the history core curriculum requirement. In that case, you'll look for the attribute WKHI. WK stands for way of knowing, and HI stands for history. This slide lists the attributes for each way of knowing. The ways of knowing are advanced language and culture, art and literature, Catholicism and the disciplines, history, integration, introductory philosophy, second philosophy, quantitative reasoning, science and technology, social science, foundational theology, developmental theology, university seminar, writing and rhetoric, and writing intensive. Now, let's take a look at how these attributes map onto the core curriculum requirements. The 6 courses in the general liberal arts are 1 quantitative reasoning class, 1 science and technology class, and 1 quantitative reasoning or science and technology class. The 4th liberal arts requirement can be filled by an art and literature class or an advanced language and culture class. The 5th liberal arts requirement can be fulfilled by a history class or a social science class. And finally, the 6th liberal arts class can be fulfilled by an integration class or a class in a way of knowing not already chosen from liberal arts 4 or liberal arts 5. The explicitly Catholic liberal arts are fulfilled by a foundational theology class, a developmental theology class, an introductory philosophy class, and your choice of either a second philosophy class or a Catholicism and the disciplines class. The writing requirements are fulfilled by a university seminar, sometimes called your USEM, and writing and rhetoric. The USEM is a small discussion-based seminar designed exclusively for first-year students. It must be taken during the first year, and it can also satisfy another core requirement. So for example, a history USEM can count for the university seminar requirement and the history liberal arts requirement. The second writing requirement is writing and rhetoric. Like a USEM, it must be taken in the first year. Students granted credit for writing and rhetoric due to AP or IB English language scores do not take writing and rhetoric, and instead they will take a writing intensive class in any discipline. If this option applies to you, then you can take your writing intensive course in any year at Notre Dame, and it can also satisfy another core requirement. Your advisor would be more than happy to answer any questions about this option for you. The final requirement in the core curriculum is the Moreau program. This is made up of 2 one-credit classes, beginning with the Moreau first year seminar in the fall of your first year, followed by a Moreau capstone at the conclusion of your undergraduate experience. The Moreau program is designed to integrate academic rigor with personal growth to study and practice a life well lived. As you can see, thanks to the university core curriculum, each student will go forth into the world with the capacity to think creatively and critically across a variety of disciplines. And advisors are here to help you as you explore your options for these classes. Thanks for watching. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to contact your academic advisor.